Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Hello, my name is Will Wang. I reached out to you a couple days ago regarding a project we have been working on. This was me 4 years ago, cold calling for my software business. To say this business has changed my life is an understatement. But you know, they always say a business is nothing without its people. So I guess you can say my co-founders are the ones who changed my life. These are my two co-founders, Ryan and Gyan. They have stuck with me through this journey, and the next couple of days are a big moment for Gyan. We're about to celebrate a pivotal moment in Gyan's life, his wedding, which will be happening in India. So I thought to take you guys on this journey with me and share how the business and everything came to be. Looking back now, it's actually pretty crazy how Gyan and I met. Back in college, my sophomore year, I knew I wanted to start a software company, but I didn't know how to program at the time. At the time, I was in student government, so I had the email list to all the students, so I decided to send an email talking about looking for a developer. I did a good amount of interviews, however, none of them seemed like a good fit until I met Gyan. Even though Gyan grew up in India and I grew up in Taiwan, for some reason, we just got along super well. Before the interview was over, I knew I wanted to work with him and a partnership was born. Right now, we have a flight to New Jersey for 5.5 hours. And after that, we have a flight to New Delhi, India, for the next 15 hours. So let's go catch this flight. Let's go. On the plane ride, I just watched a couple of movies. 10 out of 10 would recommend Oppenheimer to anyone. I also had a lot of time to reflect on how crazy this startup journey has been, and can't believe I am going to India. After a snooze, I was in India, and India really was a whole different world. My other co-founder Ryan was pretty cultural shocked.
I got on that side because in America, the driver on this side. So I was like, okay. Feeling, bro? It's just crazy, man. This is unlike any place I've ever seen before.
The driving skills of people in India is on a whole nother level. They turned 2 lanes into 4 and were bumper to bumper the whole time. Even though we just flew for over 20 hours, on our way to our Airbnb, we drove past an historic well, so we thought to check it out and shoot some clips there. Despite all the obligations like school, work, friends, and family, Gyan and I basically met every damn day. We were obsessed about the business. The startup was basically our life. We were always talking about how we can make the product more useful and better for our users. At that time, I didn't program yet, so I was focused solely on the business side. And Gyan basically coded everything from the ground up. I think growing up, most of us was told that if you work hard, you will get rewarded. And I thought that when I was going to launch Dashville, it was going to be the best day of my life. But that was when I learned a valuable business lesson. Nothing beats the importance of timing. There was probably no worse time to launch a product than March of 2020. In case you forgot, that was when COVID-19 happened. The COVID-19 pandemic was a challenging period for everyone. The sudden shift to minimal social interactions and the mandate to stay at home severely impacted people's mental health. Like many, I found myself confined to working out and attending classes from home, deprived of any real social engagement. It also made it basically impossible to get new customers. Since so much change is already happening in the world, people were reluctant to change and try out new things. Our software helped organizations collect membership fees, and at that time, orgs were not collecting fees at all. I thought we might be done. How can we keep the momentum going? And who knows how long this pandemic will last? Despite the challenges, Gyan remained dedicated, constantly seeking ways to enhance our product. Meanwhile, I focused on engaging with potential customers to understand their needs better. Whew. Just got to our Airbnb right now, and honestly, it's pretty nice. I can't really complain. Looking back to when I first started with my startup, I felt very lonely in the beginning. I felt like no one can really relate to the pressure and why I needed to do this so badly. However, when I first started work with Gyan, for the first time in my entrepreneur journey, I didn't feel alone. I actually had a co-founder who shared the same passion about the business, but was also just a person who I generally enjoyed hanging outside of work that I can grab a beer with. At the time, I thought that is how majority of the co-founder relationships are, but after hearing more stories, I realized that this was not the norm at all. Gary Tan, the president of Y Combinator, the leading accelerator in Silicon Valley, Airbnb, DoorDash, Reddit, and many other companies all went through their program, talked about the importance of co-founder relationships. He said co-founder disputes are the #1 early startup killer. The co-founder of Airbnb, Brian Chesky, also emphasizes the importance of co-founder relationship. He had a rule with his team that winning an argument or decision would never come before the friendship. Before I started my first company, I always thought the business idea or how smart the people are in the team is the most important thing. On my first business, we were doing pretty well on sneaker reselling and also selling tools that helps people acquire these limited sneakers. We were making some solid cash from the business, but what ultimately killed off the business was because of co-founder infighting. After going through the struggles of business, I started to realize the importance of co-founder relationship, and it's something that you really have to nurture and put at the top of your priority list. Starting a business is already hard enough, and you will go through different struggles, and during those tough times you really can't have infighting. Rather than you need co-founders that will be able to bring each other up and help each other through the tough times. On my current start of working with Gyan, it just felt completely different. I didn't feel like I was walking on eggshells the whole time. We were able to effectively motivate each other and also just have healthy debates and communications. And honestly, I'm so excited to attend the wedding today.
Today, it is currently wedding day. When we first got to India, we got these traditional outfits called sherwani.
Also, peep these shoes though. Look at how nice they are. Look at all the bling on them.
Excited to see what's about. No idea what to expect from an Indian wedding. Hang on me. Can't get this box. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Rate the fit. Rate the fit. Pretty nice fit, huh? Alright, we gotta get this wedding.
The Indian wedding was an incredible experience, filled with warmth and hospitality. We were welcomed as if we were part of their family, which made the experience even more special. Indian weddings were not what I imagined. It was like a giant party for all the relatives to meet up. Gyan came with 30 of his relatives through an 18-hour train ride. The wedding took up 2 days and was filled with vibrant colors. As a part of the festivities, we even had to perform a quick dance. Honestly, I'm not the best dancer, but I had a ton of fun. I'm grateful to be able to witness one of my best friends and business partners during such a pivotal moment in his life. The bond we share goes beyond business. I feel genuine happiness for him, the same kind that I will feel for my own family. It's amazing to think that a simple idea from our college days has brought us together in such a meaningful way.